Hey guys, Jennifer here from Sovereign Reptiles. I just want to go over very quickly how I set up my tubs, my plastic tubs. This is slightly on a bigger scale. This is an old tub that my gargoyle gecko used to live in. She's currently been, relocated to a larger, more appropriate tank. I don't like using tubs, but they're slightly easier for new hatchlings, just because they're really small and they allow me to monitor their health for a few weeks until I move them into actual tank enclosures. So this is just how I do it. It's very simple. I don't use, you'll see some people punching holes in the side of the tubs with wood burning tools and all that fun stuff. I don't do that. All I do is I take the lid, I take a box knife, and I just cut squares. This is a slightly larger tank, so obviously there's two, but obviously on a small shoebox sized tubs, which is what a hatchling would be kept in, it'll be smaller. It would probably be, only about like this big. But basically this is just fiberglass window screening, and what I've done is I've basically just hot glued the screening all along the sides on both of them. You want to make sure that you really get this hot glued down. You don't really want any ledges popping up, because what I've found is plastic and fiberglass and hot glue, if you pull on it too much or if it gets lifted too much, it comes loose and you gotta re-glue it. Not the end of the world, but I always like to make sure that it's really glued down so that it lasts longer before I have to re-glue it. So this is basically it for the top. I don't double screen it. I just put it on the bottom. Makes it look a little nice even though it's a tub. But that's the top. And as you can see, here's the tub. It's like 20 something inches long by 18 wide, and whatever. This is what my new gecko is going to go in for now until I can get an enclosure like honey bears. And for the most part it's going to be the same as how I would keep a hatchling. There would be fake plants, but instead of dirt it would be paper towel. And obviously I wouldn't have live plants or anything in there. And they wouldn't have a light. They'd just get room light. But they'd have a ledge, or at least, a cup on something. But yeah, like I said, this is just temporary, and this is roughly what each tub is going to look like. As you can see, there's no holes punched in the side. It gets plenty of ventilation out through the top, and I've never had a humidity issue at all with this tub. When I first set it up, I monitored it, excuse me, very closely, and for the most part, it was the same as any Exo Terra tank. So that was really nice. I'm not a big fan of fake plants. I actually hate them. But I will not deny that they are a very easy and cheap method for keeping these reptiles, and they still look nice if set up correctly. And if you do want to get fake plants, try to aim for the fabric ones, not so much the plastic leaf ones. These actually hold water, so it'll help with the humidity a little bit. And lots of wood helps with humidity as well. I'm not a big fan of paper towels, but like I said earlier, it helps me monitor the health of my gecko to make sure that they're pooping all right and there's nothing wrong with them. Which I recommend to anybody getting a new animal at first, to keep them on paper towel, and then upgrade them to dirt and whatever. But as you can see, it's the same dirt mixture with the sphagnum moss. The purpose of this is just not so much in this tank, but more so in that tank. It's to keep the dirt from getting compacted, which basically ends up killing your microfauna, which is important for a live vivarium, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is how I set up my tubs. Nothing elaborate, nothing too time consuming. Cutting the holes out of that lid literally took me 10 minutes tops. And then however long it took for my hot glue gun to heat up and however long it took to glue it on. So it doesn't take that long at all. They're not the nicest to look at. This is a clear tub, obviously, but it does have water spots. Water spots happen. If you have a problem with it, you're not really gonna get around it. I use distilled water, and I still get water spots. But I think these are mostly just from dust that's in the air that just happens to get stuck in the water and leave it on there. I personally like spraying with purified water, but again, mineral spots happen with purified water. You never want to use tap water because the city usually puts chlorine and fluoride in it. Not exactly the best thing for an animal to drink. But lemon juice will remove these very easily. Literally just squirt a little bit on a rag, wipe it, let it sit for a few seconds, and then wipe it again with some water, and it's gone. But for a tub, it's not a big issue for me. And like I said, just temporary. Expect a unboxing video here soon for my new gecko, who will be probably a male, for my future breeding project that I hope to start either late 2017 or early 2018. So look out for that one as well, guys, and I will see you later.